Hey everybody, it's China Unicorn. So I recently went to my very first bukkake night at Oasis Aqualounge, and I happened to unexpectedly meet a gentleman and have one of those kind of like whirlwind nights that you always hope that you're gonna have at one of these places, and it very, very rarely happens. So I'm here to tell this full story. I definitely have vlogged about this. It was literally on my other channel, China Unicorn Vlogs. Here's a little clip. Wish me luck, I'm here. I got no D, and I'm walking into D soup. Ended up kind of meeting a guy and hit it off, and turns out the guy like loved to like worship my ass, and like I got like multiple orgasms in the middle of the club. Like it was awesome. It worked out well. This is what happened. So I was there as a single girl, and I was open-minded to meeting somebody. Like I was definitely more social than normal, probably because hey, when you're not there with people, you got to find people. And I found myself on the back smoking patio with this very handsome man, and he was alone, I was alone. And it's funny because I knew I was like kind of attracted to him, but because I'm like demisexual, it's very rare that I'll be like suddenly like attracted to somebody. So I was just like, like a little bit about him. And so we were chit-chatting a little bit, and I liked his energy, I liked his vibe. Turns out he was visiting just for the week from another province, so it was clear that it was going to be potentially a one-night thing, so that was always understood. And anyways, he said that he like looked in on the bukkake thing. It wasn't really for him, so he was just there to have a good time, and well, he was on a business trip or whatever. So I chatted with him all night. I almost hooked up with a different two people because I had actually proposed that like all of us could play certain people, and they were kind of like on their like first kind of like date. So I just like, okay, I'm not gonna have sex with you guys at your first time. So you guys have fun. So I finally like took the clue and like realized that. So I was like, okay, so me and this other guy, his name's Matt. I'm never gonna see him again. So his name's Matt. So I hope I see him again, but I don't plan to, you know. So anyways, we ended up in the pool, and he always gave me my space. I was, even in the conversation, I had brought up that I was demisexual and I take time to get to know people before I like want to suck their dick kind of shit. So he was very patient about that. And then it got to the point where I actually had to like touch him with my legs in the pool and like break that touch barrier, and then like ask him if he wanted to kiss me, because he like clearly wasn't like gonna make the move. So when he started kissing me, the kisses were good, right? The kisses were good because you always never know, right? And I just remember feeling like kind of like, okay, like let's see what happens with this guy. I went out, you know, we ended up showering because I liked having men shower their chlorine off their dick if they want me to put it in my mouth. Just, you know, it's a real thing. You can get sore throats and stuff. So he did that. He was a gentleman, and we went up on the third floor, and we took a little walk around, and we saw like a bunch of people having sex, like people there, but only like two people, maybe a few threesomes, kind of a normal night for Oasis. So we didn't actually want to be amongst the crowd because there was also a bunch of people watching. So we went into the other room where there was no one else, and we kind of just started like fooling around on the mats. And let me tell you, it is very rare to have great sex with a stranger, in my opinion. It is very rare to have somebody in tune with how you want to be fucked, or that you just match that way. And I got everything I asked for from this man, this mystery man who was visiting from Vancouver, because he was in ass play, and I hadn't had ass play in a while, and it's something that I like once in a while. And not only was he into it, he was into it, and he was like in love with my ass, and like, sorry, this part had to get muted. You have to come to OnlyFans for these details. I gotta be cautious on YouTube, so this is where I would normally say come to my OnlyFans to hear the dirty details. So I'm gonna have to say sorry to the YouTubers, but this stuff's only for my OnlyFans, the rest of the raunchy details. But yeah, so it is really, it was really going well. Every move was good. It felt like rhythmic. He was whispering in my ear like really erotic things, and I was just like loving it and like talking back. And he went really, really hard and long. Like it was wonderful. And I remember at one point it was time, I wanted to like put his dick in my mouth again, and it had already been in a condom. And all I had to do was like mention that it might taste like latex, and he was just like pouring water on his dick and like getting a towel, and like that was the most gentlemanly thing a man has done, is to wash his dick for me after a condom has been on it before I put it in my mouth. Gentleman classic. Okay. So that was really appreciated. I ended up having the most wonderful night with this guy. So he was visiting. We didn't exchange contact information or anything because we understood that this was a very kind of a once in the blue moon type of thing. So who knows? I may see him again when he comes to visit. He knows where, you know, to find me on my YouTube channel. So that's good. And yeah, so hopefully I have more stories like this in the future. But what I will say is it's very rare for me. The last time I had a video or a story to tell like this was called Colorado Boy. And this is the video here, just like the little icon of it, because it's very rare to have like a Prince Charming kind of fall out of the sky right when you need him and be everything you hoped he would be. And it was funny because I'll remember this moment forever. I was escorting my gentleman up to the 3rd floor and I walked past Chris, the security guard, and I know him well because he sees me all the time. He's just like, you know, he's the security guard there. And I looked at him and I was like, look, I found a gent. And the poor guy, he's like, oh, and I was like, oh, I know him, don't worry. It was like, look, I found a gentleman, you know? So anyways, I had a big smile on my face and it was well needed. I don't know what the next few times that Oasis is going to bring, but I certainly feel lucky for what did happen and the friends that you meet along the way. So until next time.